Welcome back to Marriage or Hell No. Fellas, you see, I had to switch up the intro image because this story is a little deep that I'm about to bring you here on Storytime today. We might even be crossing into YouTube after hours in the AM edition, of course, but it's about to get spicy. And this man right here, married man, is stranded deep on an island because he don't know if he should still be married to his wife anymore. And you want to know why? Fellas, she is nasty. Without further ado, let's get into the story, baby. Wife 36-year-old talks about SE-actual experiences a lot, and it bothers me. 36-year-old man, now that we have moved to her hometown. Oh, Jesus. You know it's about to go down, bro. Ooh. Let's just keep it going. My wife, 35, and I, 36, moved to her hometown last year. We had our second child, and my wife was having a breakdown and wanted to move closer to her parents because she wanted them to help and be closer with the kids. That's fine with me. So we bought a house over there, and I work from home. No big deal. Shit, you about to see if it's a big deal or not. So, fellas, first of all, you can see how this man messed up. Moving to your wife's hometown, bro, that presents problems all by itself, especially if she was promiscuous during those years. And woo, let's just keep going. So we drive around her hometown from time to time. She will point out a house and be like, see that house? There was a guy who used to live there, and I used to give him foot jobs. Then she would have a chuckle to herself. Fellas. I mean, what? Other times she would be like, you see that house over there? That's Brian's house. I used to give him BJ's after football games, and he had a huge D. Then again, laugh and expect me to say something. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? Bro, I mean, I can't even tell you what to say. And I'm sitting here reading your story, bro. I'm telling you this. I wish your wife would. I wish a wife would. Then finally on Halloween, we were in a really nice neighborhood, like giant mansions, because our friend lives there. And she pointed out a house. She was like, this state senator's son lives there, and he used to phalange me and juicy goatee me right before I went to college. I mean, yo, bro, we are stepping into they did what territory? Shout out to my man SSM. Yo, this story is hella spicy, bro. Like, I can't believe she's doing this. There is no way in hell, bro. Yo, is this grounds for divorce, man? Like, you already know, as fellas, we care about a woman's past. If for her just to be rubbing her past in your face like this, I'm sorry, this is disrespect on all type of levels, even though it is entertaining. Maybe I should have married him. She had the stupid smirk on her face when she said to our friend's wife, and then they both looked at me, expecting me to say something. I was just like, well, I wish you and him got married so I wouldn't have to deal with this effing BS. Shout out to him. He's just like, yo, bro, what am I supposed to do here, bro? Our friend's wife realized I was pissed and hurriedly walked away. And my wife was like, are you mad at me? Like, what the Yo, all right. We gotta deal with this part, bro, because this is the type of foolishness that will happen, bro. If you do not maintain a masculine frame within marriage, especially within marriage, bro, she will walk over you. You got to remember this, or at least this is my take on it. When a woman is in the dating phase with a man, she is putting her best foot forward. So a lot of pressure is on her in that dating phase or in that early relationship phase. But once it turns into marriage, I would argue, now this is just my advice, and I'm no dating coach, but I would tell you this is where you need to maintain your masculine frame to 110% always, because this woman is just sitting up here being naive, like saying all of these experiences that she had about her thottying it up around the town to her husband, but they're going to say, hey, are you mad at me? And then that conversation is going to turn into what? Insecurity, especially if he has not said anything the whole time. So be careful with that, fellas. Just remember I told you that, man. Maintain a masculine frame more so, even more so, especially in the marriage. We got into an argument about it, and I just tried to keep my cool because our kids were trick or treating and having a nice time. Everyone we were with could tell I was effing pissed, and then they didn't know why, so people kept asking me, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" That's always annoying, right? Fellas, you know this situation. Imagine somebody asking you what's wrong repeatedly, but they know that you're ticked and you can't really give them the answer because you don't want to just ruin the situation. But your wife got you on level 1000 level mad. So I don't know what he's supposed to do right now. I really don't. I can understand how that's really annoying. But I didn't want to say what my wife was wondering what it would be like to marry the guy who used to phalange blast her in this huge house. So we get home, put the kids to bed, and try to talk it out. Basically, my wife states that it's her life and her experiences, so I shouldn't be jealous because I'm with her and she loves me. All right, y'all already know why I'm laughing there. Let's just keep going. I tell her I don't like hearing about her past with these people. We don't have a great sex life. Wife still doesn't feel very sexual after our second child was born a year and a half ago. Oh my God. Also, hearing this crap makes me feel like I was tricked into marrying someone who spent all of their sexual energy and there's none left for me. Bro, sounds like she got some miles on her. All right, all right. That was messed up, man. I'm just trying to give this guy some advice, man. I don't know what else to say, bro. Bro, I told you guys, bro. I've told you this in other stories as well. When you do not bring up situations that's a problem immediately, they are going to turn around and say that you're insecure, jealous, and try to hit you with all types of sign language in that moment to belittle the fact that she is being out of pocket. And that's just something that you have to deal with, even though she's making you feel this type of way, bro. And I'm telling you, that's something I just learned early on in my life, but I just said, hey, even when I'm in relationships, I have been in relationships to where I didn't maintain a masculine frame in those relationships. I was kind of like a 50-50 type of guy, especially like in my 20s. Bro, I see how those relationships burn me ever since then. Bro, especially when I'm in a relationship, I am letting it be known about what my boundaries are. And I advise you guys to do the same. Long-term relationships and especially in marriage. Am I wrong here? I don't hear anyone else's wife talk like her about sexual stuff with other guys like my wife does, bro. Because your wife, she just out of control. I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro. Wife talks about her sexual experiences now that we moved to her hometown. I don't like to hear about it because we have had a bad sex life. And I don't want to hear about how many times other people, especially since I'm not getting much love these days. Also, just makes me feel like she would rather be with somebody else. Bro, I don't know even what to say about this, man. Like, I know one thing you could do. Forget that. Like, it just dawned on me. Bro, tell her she brings up this crap again. Tell her you moving back to where y'all just left from or moving to another place. See how she reacts to that. And when she says, why are we moving? Say, you're the reason why we moving. I bet she'll shut that shit up then. But in all fairness, no wife should put their husband through this, especially these type of experiences. It gives me kind of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett vibes, but also, bro, this is like grounds for early signs of cheating, bro. This is like a recipe for cheating. Let me just say this to sum it up quickly. I would be very suspicious when she tells you that she's going to the grocery store. That's just me. A lady chimes in here and she goes, you're not wrong. She's completely out of order and blaming you for having psychological issues because of it is so wrong. That's what I'm talking about. Man, see, sometimes even the ladies have enough of this type of behavior, bro. Maybe ask her what she expects you to do with these stories, how she expects you to react. It's one thing to have an actual history, but it's different to have times, places, and specific XEX acts that specifically people pointed out to you. Like, come on, what is she thinking about? I think it's fine for you to be uncomfortable hearing those things and set that as a boundary in your relationship. Then maybe a comment like, maybe I should have married him is well beyond just recounting her experience. I would ask how you're supposed to not find that insulting. Ask her to step in your shoes. It's completely reasonable to interpret that she's expressing regret that she married you. And this is probably one of the truest things. Like, you talk about you guys are not having the best, romance life. This may be her way of saying that there's something wrong with you, but How could you be standing at full attention knowing that your wife talks like this? What do you think you're gonna do? Get into some fake bravado match or machismo match with yourself and say, yo, guess what? I'm just gonna pipe this down better than all these other guys that she's been talking about. Yeah, that's not very exciting. Blaming it on your jealousy and psychological issues is just dismissive of you and your feelings. And she shouldn't be disregarding you like that if she wants your marriage to last and involve any happiness. Spot on. Definitely do not wait to get pissed off before you bring this up again. Find a good time to calmly discuss it. A therapist slash counselor might also be able to help you communicate how it makes you feel, although you can't force her to care. Woo! So the original poster comes back and he goes, so, like I said to another commenter, I think she is thinking that we are so rock solid telling me about this stuff like it is supposed to be funny or something. It's not funny, man. But yeah, it is pretty dismissive. Thank you for validating my feelings. I'm going to tell her that I do not want to hear about that stuff anymore. And I don't find it funny if that's what she's going for. I mean, bro, like you need to say this immediately ASAP, bro. But don't say it in an emotional way. Just say it like you really mean business. You at this point, there's no more bluffing. What she's doing is completely disrespectful. She's trying to provoke you. I'm not sure why. You said she had a breakdown. Is she getting treatment? It seems like her anger is getting directed towards you. I'd be very careful about reconnecting with her old friends. Her breakdown and depression in high school friends is a recipe for cheating. 100% disaster. And I fully agree. I mentioned this earlier, bro. Like, it just seems like it's so aligned for her just to experience all of that. And maybe those guys have gone off and live in other parts of the world. But, bro, when they come back to visit their families, bro, she going to be right there on the menu. And I wish I'm not trying to be harsh or anything like that because I do understand that this is this man's wife. He's married to her. And then you heard what he said early on that they got 2 kids. So what is he supposed to do? Forget her. In closing, fellas, I told you guys this one was a spicy one, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the story and you really appreciated this content. I appreciate everybody who's been subscribing to the channel, liking the videos. But if you guys want to hear more of this type of content, let me know down there and below. Enjoy your day, fellas. I'm out. Peace.